Welcome back to the channel, and today you find us just out with the dogs for a dog walk. But a few weeks ago we went up the northeast coast, up near Alnwick, to visit some English heritage sites for Karen's English Heritage series of videos. And we visited Dunstanburgh Castle. We didn't get round to doing our review of Dunstanburgh, did we?
No.
But we did shoot some video of the castle. So we'll show you that video now, and then we'll talk about it after it's done. What do you reckon?
That sounds good to me.
Right, so you lot pop off and watch the video. Now, it was a bit of a blowy day because it's the northeast coast, so we didn't even attempt to do any sound recording while we were up there. So there's just the video where
And it started raining.
Yeah, so just the video of the site, some bits of video to show you what it looks like, and then we'll have a chat later on. So, see you in a bit. Welcome back to the channel, and this is our next video in the English Heritage series. At the beginning of the month of May, the early May bank holiday weekend, we decided to pop along up the northeast coast up towards Alnwick and visit some English heritage sites. So we took in 2 castles, and this video is about our visit to Dunstanburgh Castle. Yes?
Yeah. Unfortunately, on the day with it being windy and a bit rainy, and also by the time we got back we didn't get round to doing the roundup, so we're doing it now.
Yeah, life got in the way and we haven't had a chance to put down our thoughts about our visit to Dunstanburgh. So that's what that's what this video is about. So what did we think at Dunstanburgh Castle? Let's start at the beginning. Where do you park?
Quite a way away.
Yeah. There's a car park just as you go into Craster. It's well signposted. You can't miss it because there's warning signs telling you not to go further into Craster unless you've got a good reason to be there. So there's a car park, a visitor information centre, and a little coffee kiosk that does burgers and whatnot as well. And a really nice coffee. So if you like coffee, that's nice coffee there. So you park in the pay and display car park at Craster. Now if you're a blue badge holder, parking's free, and there's no time limit if you're in one of the disabled bays. If you're in an ordinary bay with a blue badge, you're limited to the maximum stay time, and I'm not sure what that is. Now you have to walk from the car park to Dunstanburgh Castle, and it's, according to Google Maps, 1.2 miles from the car park to the castle. It's a level enough walk, yeah?
Yeah, it's not major. There is a gradient to it, but not majorly, so you're killing yourself trying to get up.
Yeah, it's a nice walk along the coast on well manicured grass.
With lots of sheep.
Yeah, that's why it's well manicured. The field has lots of sheep in it, or sometimes it has cattle in it, but mainly sheep. So dogs have to be kept on a lead at all times. But the walk itself is flat because it's along the coast with a slight incline at the castle end. The last couple of 100 metres is on a gentle slope up to the castle. But well manageable, even for me.
Yeah, but by the time we couldn't have done what you'd suggested, which was go the other side and walk the dogs on the beach. Yeah. And then make it back, because you struggled by the end of it, didn't you?
Well,
to get back.
Yeah. If you want to take an extra 10-15 minute walk past the castle, you can get to a nice sandy beach where you could let the dogs run. But we didn't because, well, my knees weren't up to it, to be perfectly honest. After the walk to the castle, I was glad of a bit of a rest at the castle.
But if you go the other side of the castle, there's a beach. We were going to do it, but I think it was a good job we didn't. I don't think you'd have made it back to the van otherwise. No, my arthritic knees were giving me jip on the approach back. I was glad when we got back to the van and I could have a sit down. I think that was part of the reason we didn't do the wind up that day. Yeah. I've lost my train of thought now. Thanks very much. What were we saying? Yeah, so it is a 2.5 mile round trip walk from the car park to the castle and back again. But it's fairly flat, and if you take your time, and there's plenty of places if you want a picnic as well, if the weather's nice on the northeast coast. But yeah, pleasant walk overall. Yeah. Yeah, and if you've got kids, you can always take them down on the rock pooly type bit. Down on the shoreline? Yeah, the walk from the car park to the castle along the shoreline is not along a sandy shoreline, it's rocks. It's a rocky coast. The other side of the castle, if you go past the castle, there is a sandy beach, and it's a lovely sandy beach along there in a cove. I'll try and put a Google map on at this point, showing you the route, so you can make your own mind up if you want to go on. So then you get the castle, pays your fees, go and have a look around. There is obviously a small gift shop there where you can, I'm not sure if they did an audio tour, because we didn't get an audio tour. No, we didn't get an audio tour, but they did have drinks and a few snacks, not a great deal. But to be honest...
Refreshments, you can get refreshments.
I mean, we got a bottle of pop. But to be honest, I found it was more the nature.
The castle stands on a bit of a cliff, which is covered with seabirds.
Yes.
You'll have seen that in the video. I shot some video of the seabirds. Yeah, I'm not a wildlife photographer, so they're pretty ropey. And to be fair, most of the video of this was fairly ropey because I was trying out a new camera. And there's different techniques, I suppose, for using that one. But we'll get there bit by bit. But on the whole, what did you think of the visit to Dunstanburgh Castle?
It's one more of a nice walk day out and scenery. I mean, I must admit, I know this ain't your thing, but there was a lot of nice plants life around which I was enjoying looking at as well as the seabirds.
Yeah, there's some nice views from the castle along the coast. But that depends on weather. That's very weather dependent. Dunstanburgh is weather dependent.
Oh yeah, I mean the day we went it wasn't the greatest, but to have gone on a really horrible wet windy day I wouldn't have bothered.
Yeah, I've been there on very blowy days and it's nice to get into the castle and out of the weather. Get a bit of shelter.
But there isn't much of the castle there. It's not as if there's a lot of indoor bits to sort of wander around. As I say, it's a nice one for if you fancy a walk out for the day and just sort of say, right, we'll have a walk out for the day. We'll go to Dunstanburgh. It's a nice walk. And in the village, there was a fish restaurant as well, I noticed.
Right.
And there was an ice cream van as well.
Yeah, gelato. I've never had gelato. I don't know what gelato is, but yeah, there was an ice cream van with a sign on it saying Italian gelato.
Italian word for ice cream.
Dunstanburgh, very dependent on the weather. Go there on a nice day. If you've got kids, it's a nice walk to tire them out, take a picnic. There's plenty of grassy areas to sit and have a picnic. As you say, in Craster's, there's fish and chips and a pub. So you could, if that's your thing, you can go there.
I mean, we enjoyed the haggis and bacon burger from the van. We shared one of them and we had a cake.
What did they call it? An octomocti or something?
Yes, something like that.
Something like that. It was nice. If you like haggis and bacon, it was nice. And the carrot cake was nice. They did a nice carrot cake.
And it was gluten-free as well.
Oh, you've just ruined it for me now. I want my gluten. I want my gluten. I want my lard. Bloody hell.
Well,
anyway, what were we talking about before you started changing my train of thought? Yes, we'll get back to it. Sorry about that. Dunstanburgh Castle. If you've got kids, it's a good way to tire them out. It's a nice walk. They can run about the castle. You can treat them to ice cream if it's the van's operating. Yeah, it's a nice walk. But as I say, very weather dependent. You wouldn't want to go there on a blowy, windy, wet day. Sit along the seafront somewhere and have a picnic if the weather's nice. You know, tire your kids out. It's not a bad one, Dunstanburgh Castle, for things like that.
And the rock pools they'll enjoy.
It's a nice part of the world. Is the northeast coast. Most people miss it. So there are our thoughts on Dunstanburgh Castle. Mm-hmm. It was well worth a visit. It is a lovely walk if the weather's nice and the castle's nice and there's plenty of seabirds on the cliffs.
But if you're not up to a walk, it's not the one for you. The one we did the day before was definitely better.
You're not up to walking 2.5 miles of a flat, easy-going path. Well, it's not a path. You're across a field. But if you can't walk across a field for a couple of miles, Dunstanburgh Castle's not for you.
No.
Because you do have to walk to it. But if you're out to have a walk...
Yeah, it's a good place to do if you fancy a walk.
Now, if you're not up to walking much, you might consider the other castle that's near it.
Yes, that one was very good because it was literally car park, castle, straight
Warkworth Castle. And funnily enough, we've also visited Warkworth that weekend. So our next English Heritage video will probably be Warkworth Castle. when we can get round to editing that. Still haven't finished this one yet.
When you get round to editing.
It's taken an age to sort these out. because I keep doing other things. We've got plenty on at the moment, so life's a bit busy. So anyway, there are our thoughts of Dunstanburgh. Well worth a visit.
Nice walk.
It's a nice walk.
Nature,
seabirds, fresh air.
But don't do it if you're not up for the walk, because it is a walk.
Yeah, that's the only caveat I would say. Unless your health is up to letting you walk 2.5 miles, I'd give it a miss.
Yeah. Right.
I was glad to get back to the van and sit down because my knees were throbbing like a blind cobbler's thumb. So, such is life.
Yes, you've definitely
I'm
had
getting
enough.
old and arthritic.
So, we will call this one an end. So, bye for now.
So, until next time, ta-ra!
Bye.
Ta-ra!
No.